Hello there, I am Johnny from Green Herb Gaming, and in this video I will be showing all of you Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection for Nintendo Switch. So let's get stuck in, and I hope you enjoy. So Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, as the name says, is a collection of some fantastic classic Street Fighter games. You've got the original Street Fighter, all the different various versions of Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter Alpha and Street Fighter 3. There's a total of 12 Street Fighter games in this collection. Some of those games you can even play online, which is fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to be showing you some gameplay now. So you have the offline mode and the local play and the online play. There's also a museum as well, where you can explore 30 years of Street Fighter history and of course options. So we'll get stuck into some gameplay now. You have arcade versus a training. I'll do arcade. And these are all the Street Fighter games that come with this fantastic collection. You've got the original Street Fighter. You've got Street Fighter 2. You've got another version of Street Fighter 2. You've got all different versions of Street Fighter 2 really. You've got Street Fighter Alpha. There's a Street Fighter 3 New Generation. Street Fighter 2 the new challengers. Street Fighter Alpha 2. Street Fighter Alpha Second Impact. Giant Attack. Is that what it says? I'm gone blind. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Street Fighter Alpha 3 and Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So yeah, so I'm going to show you some Street Fighter 1 gameplay because I think I'm on the second last boss in that. I never had the opportunity to play Street Fighter 1 first time around, so that's why I went straight to Street Fighter 1. There's also a cool little feature that I'll show you later actually. I might get stuck into some gameplay first. So I'm going to load up my game save now. So I think I'm on the second last fighter. You've got a lot to learn before you beat me. Try again, kiddo. I will try again. And I ain't no kiddo. Even though I act like a kiddo half the time, but. So in Street Fighter 1 you play as you just play as Ryu. If you're playing multiplayer you can choose Ken as well. So Ryu and Ken are the main characters and they're the only playable characters in the game. But you can go up against 10 opponents, including this very difficult opponent, forget his name. But he is extremely tough, as you can tell, as you can see. Adon is his name. Adin or Aiden. I'll just call him Aiden. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's going to be called Aiden now anyway. Whether he likes it or not. It's very tough. You have no idea how tough this game is. So I've just managed to take him out in the first round, but if I win the next round, I will have defeated the very difficult Aiden. Round 2. I'm only going to show a gameplay of Street Fighter 1 in this video, but if you like this video, leave a comment and let me know if you want to see the other Street Fighter games in future videos. But in this video I will just be focusing on Street Fighter 1. So, but let me know if you want to see some more Street Fighter gameplay. Oh, he is extremely difficult. Okay, you can also change the screen effect and the filter as well. So it's currently on the screen is the original screen. This is probably what you would have seen in the arcade because this game only released in arcades. I think it was back in 1987. So this is what it would have looked like on the arcade. You can have it in full screen. You still got that border in the background as well, or you can just have widescreen. Which is my favourite actually, to be honest with you. But I do like that kind of original, classic look as well. We'll choose wide for now. You can change the filter, as I was saying. You can have it looking like just normal TV, arcade, I can turn it off. I don't see a huge difference between those three, but I like to choose arcade. So arcade and wide. I've got a lot to learn, apparently. 2 seconds now. Sorry, I've got an itchy knee. Oh, hold on, I've got an itchy knee, don't... Sorry about that. When your knee itches, you've got to itch. Because when you get an itch, it's a bitch. Did I mention this guy is tough to beat? Like he literally hits you. Oh, yeah, he blocked my attack. Do I? I've a lot to learn before I can beat you. Really? Really, Aiden? Yeah, he's right, I do have a lot to learn before I can beat him. This game, Street Fighter, was a real game changer for the video game industry. It introduced a lot of first time mechanics. What am I saying? It was actually the first fighting game that had button combinations. Like for instance, I'm pulling off a Hadouken there by doing a diagonal and punch. So I'm moving the like down and right, like in diagonal direction, and with the combination of a punch button to perform the Hadouken. So Street Fighter was the first game that introduced that. I'll give you the official history behind the game now in a second, because I'm terrible sometimes at explaining things. Yeah, he's not going to beat me. Or sorry, I'm not. The opposite. I'm not going to beat him anytime soon. So I'll try one more attempt after this fight, and then I'll give you the history behind this game. And as I was saying, if you liked this video, and you want to see some more classic Street Fighter games in this collection, because as I pointed out, there's a total of was it 12 or 9? There's a lot of classic Street Fighter games in this collection. So if you want to see some more Street Fighter games, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to show you some of those games. As I said, today I wanted to focus on Street Fighter 1. Yeah, he's annihilating me. See, this game released back in the 80s in the arcade, and you know, back then games were extremely difficult. You know, this, and bear in mind, they're released in the arcade, so if you lost, you had to put in your coins. So a lot of people would have been broke back in the day. No, so I'm going to quit now. Game. And I'm going to show you the history behind this game. So every game comes with a history. So if you press X, or depending on which platform you're playing on, if you're playing on PlayStation, it would probably be triangle. If you're playing on Xbox, I think it's the same as the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Nonetheless, anyway, this is the history behind Street Fighter. So it was originally released in August of 1987. I wasn't even born. I would have been born a year later, November 1988. Just to let you know, that's my birthday. Hardware was a custom JAMMA. I'm guessing that would have been, you know, the hardware of the arcade machine itself, the arcade cabinet. And it only had 2 playable characters. So, Street Fighter is a game of many firsts. While it never reached the popularity of its sequels, Street Fighter was a pioneer. It was arguably the first fighting game to use special command-based techniques such as quarter circle movement and button combos. The game's 3 punch buttons and 3 kick buttons, all representing various strengths, also became something close to a standard. This is the game that started it all. In single player mode, Ryu is the only playable character. Ryu must fight through 10 opponents, including Sagat as the final boss. Each round lasts only 30 seconds, and if the third round ends in a tie, the computer controlled opponent will win by default. In multiplayer, both players lose. In multiplayer, the second player is represented by Ken, Ryu's sparring partner and rival. They were the two only playable characters in the game, and they played identically. The only special techniques available were the Hadoken, the Shuriken, and the Tatsumaki Senpukyaku. I just murdered that name. Each of these is extremely powerful. The Shuriken can remove the entire life bar if it's hit properly. These moves weren't taught by the game though. Players were meant to figure them out for themselves. On top of regular battles, there were two bonus games where players can compete for points. One as players break a group of boards held at different heights. The other is a brick breaking game in which players must press a button at the right time as Ryu's strength meter moves up and down. Trivia. Two versions of the game were released. One used traditional 6-button layout, with each button representing a different strength of punch or kick. The deluxe version used two pressure sensitive pads, one for punches, one for kicks, which players would hit with varying strengths in order to communicate the intensity of their attacks. It was quite difficult to control properly. In the non-Japanese versions of the game, Ryu and Ken's voices were dubbed to announce the name of their moves in English. Subsequent localizations left the characters' voices in the original Japanese. Bill Craven's name and likeness is painted on a shuttered pub in Birdie stage in Birdie. Jesus, Birdie, not Bridie. God. In England. Bill Cavins was Capcom's Vice President of Sales and Marketing in the US in the 80s. And the staff put him in the game to honour his dedication to Capcom's success in the West. Cavins passed away, on March 29, 2007. Tips and tricks. If you're good enough, you can defeat any opponent with a single Shuriken. Each stage technique is meant to take off 1/3 of the opponent's life. But if you get close enough, or if the opponent jumps in, so I'm saying your Shuriken can hit 2 or 3 times. The same can happen with a Tatsumoku Shirogoko, but the technique is much more reliable than Shuriken. Maybe Ken was onto something all along. So yeah, that's the history behind the original Street Fighter, the fighting game that started it all. So once again, if you like this video and you want to see some more of these Street Fighter games, let me know in the comment section, and I'll be sure to upload a video of any of your Street Fighters. So choose a game, choose a Street Fighter game. Let me know what Street Fighter game you want me to play in my next video. And thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoy. Until next time, goodbye.